Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hello. It's 3 minutes till afternoon, so good morning. Good morning, Green Organic Love. Good morning, Dan, Organic Food Forest Gardening. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me in the live. Good morning, Melanie. Thank you guys so much for joining. Just checking my phone here. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate it. So welcome to my Lanai. Yay. All right. I'm going to give a little tour of my new garden space at our apartment. Yes, thank you so much. Good morning, good morning. I'm not even sure if I, connected it or advertised it correctly. I'm not sure what I did. And can you guys hear me very well? Because the noise in the background is the air conditioning unit. I'm sitting right next to it, and it's like right here. So if I need to, I'll move away from it if it's too loud. You can hear me, Melanie? Yes? All right, good. You have one? Okay. Wait, are you going to the park? Put on some pants and some sneakers. Put on some pants and sneakers. Put on the pants you had on yesterday and some sneakers. Put on the pink sneakers. All right. Oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me. That was a little bit. She wants to go to the park. Yes. So the neighborhood that we just moved into, they have a park, they have a pool. Sorry, my eyes are watering. And so she wants to go to the park. I let her go because, she has courage. I'm going to let her go to the park. I don't want her to be scared to go to the park. What else? Yes, good. Okay. All right, so good morning. It says there's 6 people here. Say hello, so I'll be able to say hello to you as well. Dan is here, Melanie's here, Green Organic Love is here. Little Bit was here. She's heading to the park. She was watching her morning cartoons after she made her breakfast. She's starting to cook, so that's fun. Making sure my girls are independent. Good morning, Backyard Gardener. Good afternoon, I should say. It's officially noon on the East Coast, so good morning, or if you're on the East Coast, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining, Backyard Gardener. How are you? Yes. Yes. I'm so glad to see all of you. Hi, Nini. How are you? Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're live from the Lanai of my new apartment. We just moved in last night. We slept here last night. Hello, figs and more figs. Yay, I'm so glad to see you. Thank you so much for coming to the live. I really appreciate it. So what I'm gonna do, I think I have enough battery power for this. I'm gonna actually walk you guys around. It's the tiniest little patio. I promise you, our deck on the back of our house is bigger than this space right here. But it's a small space, but I love it. It's manageable right now. Right now, having a whole farm and a big house, it's manageable, but it's a lot. It's a lot. So since my dad was sick, you guys saw my last live a few weeks ago, was from the hospital where my dad was in the ICU, and eventually he was released to rehabilitation, and he is at home now. So I've decided to find an apartment that was closer to where my parents live. And that way, if my parents need me to help them, I'm closer. I'm not all the way across town. Oh my goodness, that thing just went off. Hi, Justin and Christina's RV van life. Oh my goodness, one of these days I'm going to be living that life, I think. I say I think, I've always wanted to. And now that life has pushed me into single motherhood, I think that that's something that I would love to do during the summers when I'm off from school. And hi, guys. I love your emojis. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys a quick tour of the Lanai. I really appreciate everybody coming in and just supporting here. I love you guys. I really do. Because, you know, when you go live, you're like, ah, but you guys are very nice. I appreciate it. All right, so let's go ahead and take the tour. So I'm going to lift you up here. And as you can see, this is the loud air conditioner that was right beside me. And that fence right there is the back of the patio. There's a bedroom window right here. And this is my little grassy area, which they told me not to dig up the grass. I'm not going to. Probably will like lay cardboard on it and put some mulch on it, because this grass, like, I'm not interested in cutting grass. I'm not interested in that at all. So if I just cover this, I can put, you know, like plants and pots on it or something like that. And if they want grass back after I move, well, I'll just plant them some grass seeds. That's fine with me. All right, so there's a little gate right here, and I can actually put a lock on that gate to kind of keep other people from just walking in. And then go around here. There's the patio. Yes, very nice room for a container garden. Actually, the lady at the apartment office, she suggested this apartment to me specifically because of this grassy area. Most of the apartments here have just a patio with a concrete deck. Or the lanai is just concrete painted like this. So this is one of the few that have this little grassy area. And she's like, oh, you're a farmer, you raise food, you're going to love this one. So yeah, I'm going to do that here. This is one of the plants that was given to our family after Rick passed away. So I have more of them. I just need to go get them. And this is a perfect spot for them. And then in front of the fence right here, they put some nice little mulch there. So I know that they love mulch here. So I'm going to keep that going. And then we're going to fabulize this whole, is that a word? Fabulize? We're going to fabulize this whole little patio. We're going to get some lights. We saw that at IKEA. I'm going to put you back on here. We're going to get some lights from IKEA, probably the ones with the bulbs, and kind of hang them. And it's fall here in Florida now, so it doesn't get like really crazy hot. So I'm not really worried about that. But I don't like sitting in front of the brick wall. Let me just turn like that. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that's the lanai is actually right outside of the back of the apartment. So the front of the apartment is where I park my car, and then the back of the apartment with sliding glass door, and this little grassy area behind me, and then the concrete here. The reason I call it a Lanai, live from the Lanai, I think it's when it's catchy. No, you cannot wear your uniform skirt out to the park. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry, a little bit. You cannot wear your uniform skirt come show the people, come around. This is what you're going to look like when you go to school. Okay, look, she's going to have her red shirt, except it's going to have the school logo. You know, I'm not going to show the school logo. And it's going to have a khaki skirt or a navy blue skirt. Don't walk in the dirt in your new sneakers, please. Come on out. Okay, so just put your leg up on TV. Don't do that. They saw it. See, I went like this. Okay, so you can't wear this skirt. This is for school. Go put you some dirty pants on. You don't have to wear clean clothes to the park. Okay? All right. Everybody say, hey, little bit. Hey, little bit. Have fun at the park. Listen to your mother. Tell her to listen to me, please. All of these people. What? And tell the truth on the live stream. Always tell the truth on the live stream. Go put your pants on. She said I'm mean, but I'm not mean. Look, they even said, listen to your mother. Melanie said, listen to your mom. Watch out. Don't knock the phone. See? Listen to your mom. Hey, niece. Look, it's Auntie Backyard Gardener. Remember, we watched her videos when she goes live. You don't remember? Oh, man. Don't worry about it. She got a bad memory. Hi, family. Hi, Milsurp. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining the live. Hi, Miss Terrell. Okay, hold on a second. I'm trying to keep up with the live and keep up with the child at the same time. We went to IKEA last night. She got this backpack. It's called Started. And turn around so we could all see it. It's got a pocket in the front. It's got a pocket with elastic right here on the side. Like she could put a water bottle in there. And she has her bottle of water in there. She said it's hard to get it in, but look, mommy got it in just fine. And she's got leaves that she's collected. What do kids keep in their backpacks, right? Rocks. She loves to collect rocks. This looks like a piece of brick from one of these bricks. And a flashlight from the lady at the apartment office gave her a flashlight. So that's Little Bit's backpack from IKEA. It was about $5, I think. And it's more like a purse size. It's the other backpack she has would be good for school. But this one is good for like just keeping little snacks in that don't require refrigeration. You got to change out of the skirt though, okay?
I'm bringing it just in case. I'm going to stay up with it.
Bringing what? What? That's fine. It's okay if you take the backpack to the park. It's okay if you take yourself to the park, but not in the uniform skirt. All right.
But I'm supposed to be like this.
All right, so I got to put my glasses on to read the chat. Okay, so let's see, where was I? Yes, that's her survival. Yes, she's a scientist. We love science at our house. Yes, absolutely. Miss Terrell, oh my goodness, how have I been? You know, I said in the last live stream that I did that, you know, life is handing me all kinds of ways to step up. And I'm just trying very hard to step into the role that I've been put into as, you know, a caregiver of adults. My parents don't want to move, and I respect that. They shouldn't have to move. If they're able to stay in their house, they can stay in their house. So I decided to move closer to them. And that way, you know, I can offer them support as needed. And, you know, if they don't need my support, probably after a year, I'll move back to the farm. Sorry, I'm getting comfortable. But yeah, absolutely. That's how I've been doing. I've been trying to step into the role of being a mom and looking out for my parents as much as possible. Yes, happy Sunday, guys. Hi, Trisha. Thank you so much for joining the live. If I skipped over your name, I'm trying to see if I go back and go back and see who I skipped. If I didn't say your name and I did say hello to you, just go ahead and comment. And I'm looking at it now. Yes, my dad actually, he had a stroke a few weeks, about a month and a week ago. And so one of the things that we learned after he had a stroke is that he has cancer. So I wanted to move closer to offer them as much support as possible. And they are not into social media because I've been at their house a lot. And one of the reasons why I have decided to move closer to them is because coming from my house all the way on the other side of town, somebody asked what town, what city. As you guys know, TK, Tanae, and I, we're sisters, and that's just not even like, like we love each other, like we're sisters, and not even in a spiritual sense. About 15 years ago, I met and fell madly in love with her brother. So we got married after knowing each other for about 3 months. Within 3 months, we were married. And then within the first month, we were able to conceive our beautiful daughter. So, and she's 14 now. So that is my story of how TK Tanae and I are sisters. She doesn't really ever talk about that. And I know probably hurts her a great deal to even, dive into that. But I love talking about him. He was fantastic. And I'm not crying. That's just my eyes watering because I'm tired. So yesterday we moved in. Yesterday I drove my car across this great city of ours, which is Jacksonville, through 4 times. 4. So the first time was to meet the cable guy, and he came and hooked up internet for us. And the second time was the first mattress, then the second mattress, and then the futon. So everybody was able to sleep last night. So all my muscles are hurting. I got a good workout though. It's a lot to take on. Thank you for saying that. It is a lot. Thank you for your compliments on, I feel like it's not even about being a good daughter. It's just what you do for family. And thanks, Crybaby. Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining my live. You guys don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Everybody has. It's awesome. Look, I got more. I got the same amount of thumbs up as people. Wait, can I thumbs up myself? No, I don't think I can. But yes, to me, it is a true blessing that I'm able to do this. I'm able to be close to them. And I'm able to connect with, actually, TK and I connected even more after Rick passed away because we don't have him now as our connection. We have each other. If we want to connect with each other, we have to make that effort. And so we did. And it's been fantastic. Like, I always say that I don't have sisters from birth. I don't have any sisters. So she and I in that way are the same. We only get sisters when our brothers get married. And she is my sister now. So I'm definitely keeping her. Yes. So, okay, what else is going on here? Yeah, it's a lot. Oh, goodness. It is a lot to take on. But this cloud better not rain on my laptop. That's all I got to say. This cloud right here better not start raining on my laptop. No. All right, I might have to move this live on the inside because, it's Florida. It rains because it wants to rain. Okay, I'm moving inside. I'm going inside. Welcome to the Lanai. Come on over. We're going inside. It's going to start raining on my laptop, and I just don't want that. Okay. So maybe you can, I'd take you on a tour of the apartment, but there we go. Oh, let me unplug it. How about that? Okay. So you can still see the Lanai, but just, no. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, you're still in here. All right, folks, I'm back. Okay, thanks so much for tolerating my little move there. Florida, it decided to rain. It's so Florida. I remember the first time I came to Florida years ago as a child. My parents took me to my aunt's house down in South Florida and to Disney. And oh my goodness, it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It just rained for no reason. Every single day. Oh, look at the light. I like it. That's bright right there, but okay. Sorry about that. Absolutely, crybaby. Oh my goodness, you have to. You have to stay prayed up. I honestly believe that if it wasn't for the faith that I have, I would not have been able to make it through my husband passing away. I would say I'm a prepper. In my own way, I am, because I recognize that the food system that we have here and our what I call our SAD, our standard American diet, it is very sad that we eat from the grocery store and we rely on convenience. But that is not the way to go. You have to learn, oh, I'm sorry. You have to learn how to grow your own food if possible. You have to learn how to grow your own food. You have to learn how to, all right, be good, okay? Come back after about 10 minutes so that I know that you're okay. And then you can go back, all right? All right. You have to, right, you have to be self-sustainable to a certain degree. Like, no, I'm not gonna like make my own toilet paper. But even in that sense, that's one of the things I appreciate about Lead Farmer's videos recently. He's talking about how to survive in different ways. Like you cannot just always rely on your conveniences. And I try to live like that on a day-to-day basis. Like the food in our fridge, we try to make it food that we raised. Do we buy food from the grocery store? Absolutely. Because I don't have a cow, so I got to go buy milk, almond milk, or get almonds and learn how to make my own milk. There is a YouTuber, I forgot her name, but she did almond milk on her, okay. I'm going to check my phone because I want to look and see the name of that YouTuber. I was watching her video the other day and I saw that she was making almond milk. Hey, Shell's Homestyle Kitchen. Hey, how are you? So I think I am a prepper. See, okay, because they can't legally use milk. Get out of here. I did not know that. Like, how do you copyright? Anyway, whatever. Almond beverage, because it's basically milk from a nut. You can get the beverage from coconuts, rice, all different types of nuts and grain, oats even. So it is absolutely possible to do that yourself. And my kids absolutely loved it. Like they inhaled it when I made it myself. All right, let's see what's going on here. All right, why home? No, I don't know if I'm going to find this right now because I just don't remember. Was it the vegan homeschooler, maybe? The vegan, I'm going to find this lady's name. Vegan, I think that's it. The vegan homeschooler. My Cafeteria. Go to her videos. I do. Okay, so I have an Instagram. It's Four Horns Farm. And I'm on Facebook as Four Horns Farm as well. Okay, so absolutely. I haven't been on social media recently because my life is just too busy. Okay, so I was dealing with, the loss in my own family. And then my oldest daughter got sick. And some of you who already know me know about that. She's better now. And then this happened to my dad. School started and I'm a teacher. So I, started school in August. And after a few weeks of school, my principal came to me and asked me if I would teach kindergarten for her. And I've taught all the grades from kindergarten through 8th grade. I've been a teacher this is my 14th year. So I absolutely told her, yes, I will teach kindergarten for her. And kindergarten, teaching in a classroom is, I like doing it. But my love is pulling that small group every day. So I'm like what do you call it? Like an interventionist. And I pull a small group of students out every single day and I work with them to improve their skills. And let me tell you, I absolutely love that job. To hear kids running up the hallway screaming, Miss Horn, I passed. Yeah, that's why my channel's named Four Horns. Yes, because I'm a horn. So I love that. So that is absolutely, it's just been a lot. So I'm teaching kindergarten and my dad got sick. So, and I'm driving back and forth to go see him and taking care of these girls and a pet. So yes. Oh, you are. Millsap says a few words. What grade do you teach? What do you teach? What's your favorite thing to do? Because I absolutely know that teaching is it's a calling. You have to want to do it. And sometimes you go, even though you don't want to do it, you just, you end up loving those kids. I was right. So the vegan homeschooler, she, let's see, homemade plant milk. And she put up this video about a month ago. Oops, that's loud. That's super loud. But I'm going to show you her channel. This is her channel. Can y'all see that? The vegan homeschooler, my cafeteria. Yeah, okay. That's her channel. Okay, this thing doesn't like my charger. Ugh, it's my daughter's charger. I don't know what's wrong with it. It should work. Okay, but anyway. All right, so this is the video that she made. It's homemade plant milk. Okay, all right, it doesn't like it when I do that. The homemade plant milk video. See, I'm charging. I was on 3%. Yeah, it doesn't like that. So definitely, if you can make your own plant milks, go ahead and do that. If you could raise 3 hens in your backyard to provide eggs for your family, that's something I want to do right here. Just get a little chicken coop, put some wood chips at the bottom of it. First, I'll let them eat this grass, and then I'll keep wood chips in it and build it up with wood chips. But yeah, hens don't make any noise. Okay, they cluck a little. And the only way I'd have a problem with it is I think if my neighbors didn't like chickens clucking. But there's so many birds out there that are singing. I don't see what 2 or 3 hens clucking, what difference it would make. Absolutely. 6th grade. Oh my goodness. You know what? That's one of the reasons I became a teacher was I was raised in New York City. And I had a lot of teachers growing up who were Jewish, and they would always teach about their culture. And, they're very proud of their culture. And I learned so much from them. But I realized that I only had one Black teacher in high school that I can remember. Yeah, just one. And her name was Miss Brown. She was a chemistry teacher. Yes, a Black female scientist. Yes. So I knew I wanted to be a teacher since I was in the 2nd grade, but really seeing her motivated me. Having Miss Lauro, another teacher, a lot of my teachers were also Catholic because, I lived in a part of New York where there was a large Catholic community. And I was raised really in Catholic school. So I'm not Catholic personally, but I have a lot of teachers growing up who were Catholic. So I also learned that culture, and it is a culture. There's things that they do. So one of the things that I learned was just as a teacher that they shared their culture, and there was really no one to share mine. You know, a history teacher asked us, one of our assignments one day was to talk about, let's have a discussion. Yes, one of the discussions he wanted us to have was, would you want to live in the 1950s and why? And everybody in the class was like, oh, the 1950s, it would be so much fun. We get to wear those skirts, the poodle skirts, and wear those shoes and go to sock hops. And I was like, no, I'd be a maid. No, I don't want to do that. No, that wouldn't work for me. I'd have to go. I wouldn't even be able to sit in this room with all of you. No, that wouldn't work for me. And then they realized, I think the teacher, I want to put it on, he wanted us to get a sense of what life was like back in the 1950s. So when he asked this question, knowing that I was the only African-American student in the class, I was hoping that he was trying to draw out that discussion. I'm not sure. But anyway, that was Mr. Silverstein. Mr. Silverstein was an awesome history teacher. I learned a lot from him. And I hope that that discussion and that particular lesson that I remember really helped those other students to realize that, you know, that you have to think outside of your own culture, especially as a teacher, and to hear other people's experience. You do. Oh my goodness. Four Horns Kitchen is here. Four Horns Kitchen is in the room. Four Horns Kitchen, as opposed to Four Horns Farm. Four Horns Kitchen is my daughter's channel. And actually, well, she's my little chef in training. That's why she's Four Horns Kitchen. I started teaching her to cook when she was 2, and she's still doing it. Yes, I understand that. Milsurp says a few words. Yeah, absolutely right. It's almost as if you don't think and open your mind to how other people live, then you're just caught up in whatever you're doing. It's your own culture, and everybody should do it that way. But you have to recognize that there's other people out there, and they're not always going to do things in the same way. And I feel like, you know, at the same time, you know, if we approach each other with love, none of it would matter. But unfortunately, we don't always approach each other with love. And therefore, we have to have these discussions. Absolutely, crybaby, go finish your meal. I'll come back and tell us what you cooked, because I need to do that today too. So one of the things that Four Horns Kitchen is going to be doing, she's going to be cooking the food that we grow. And she does that a lot, actually. So yes, but yeah, we decided to get this apartment. I'm just going to scroll, if I can, back up and see if I missed anything. Hi, Simply K Simone. Thank you so much for coming to the chat. Hello, hello. I apologize for not speaking sooner. But yes, a great question was asked of me. Am I a prepper? I would say that we are. Every time you guys go shopping sometimes at the grocery store, right? Go shopping. Go buy canned food. Even if it's not on your shopping list, you don't need it. Buy another pack of whatever it is. Buy another can. Every time I go to Sam's Club, I buy a case of water. I buy distilled water. I buy regular water for drinking. Those are the kind of things that I do. In that way, I could say that I'm a prepper. I also have worked hard on growing my own food. So we raise our own pork. Like normally my dad is one of those people. He's like, I don't eat pork. And I eat it because I grow it. I don't prefer to eat meat if it's not homegrown, but I do. I can't say that I don't. I've grown beans. I have some beans and beans, bullets, and Band-Aids. Absolutely. That's something I need more of. I need more Band-Aids and things like that. She said, shh. But my thing is that when you grow it yourself, it's good. It's good. If you're eating it and it was raised in a warehouse and it never saw the light of day, then yeah, I'd be scared of that too. Some of these eggs that people are eating, the yolks are so pale. Yolks are supposed to be bright yellow or almost orange because that chicken has been eating bugs and grass and things you can't even see. That's the way they're supposed to be. So absolutely, that's good for you. Um, Actually, grass-fed meat is somewhat of an antioxidant. Like it's actually good for you. But if you're raising your animals on concrete and all you feed them is corn, then yeah, they're not going to be healthy. Like if all you ate was corn, you wouldn't be healthy. And if you never got outside, you wouldn't be healthy. But why would we eat an animal that went through that? So that's one of the ways in which we're preppers. So we decided to buy a farm. I started a garden. I have a huge garden. I planted a small orchard. And then all of these life started happening. And I just, one, it was difficult to keep up with. And two, it's just life was happening and I wasn't taking care of it. So I'm not selling it. I just kind of have a house in the country. That's all. Read bedtime stories to them. Yeah, they do come and they let you scratch behind their ears sometimes, but I don't make friends with them for the most part. Mm-mm. Oh, I know things will get better. I call it our new normal. So Four Horns Kitchen and I and Little Bit and I and all three of us now. So it's our new normal. And that's something that we just have to deal with. Everybody has to deal with it at some point. That's nothing new to any one of us. If it's not us, it's somebody else dealing with it. And I kind of look at it as if it was, kind of like how Job went through that. I don't know if you guys are into the scriptures at all, but Job went through it. All these things were happening to him, and he did not allow those things, right? He didn't allow those things to shake his faith in Jehovah. Because just because bad things happen to you doesn't mean that God doesn't love you. Bad things happen to everybody. And so I don't, that's one of the things, I've had just a lot happen, but I just will not allow myself to feel like this is anyone's fault except for this is how life is right now. We all get sick. We all unfortunately die, even if it's people you love dearly and it breaks your heart. And days I spent in the bed crying or whatever I did. But, I will say, though, that before this all happened, I had stopped drinking, but now I kind of dabble in red wine a little bit. So a little bit, not too much. But yeah, I'm really thankful for my faith. And I know a lot of people, when you say that you are faithful and that you love Jehovah and that you develop a relationship with him, that's the key. Develop that relationship because you will never regret it. Never, never, never. Absolutely. You got to take the time. But my thing is that everybody grieves differently. Everybody does it differently. Some people, they need to cry a lot and lay in the bed and just be despondent. And I didn't do that. I got out in my garden. I was out in my garden. And then when summer ended, I didn't have time for the garden. I would come in the garden after school and I just didn't have time to garden. And it broke my heart because that was my peace. That was how I dealt with things. Go in the garden and just think and grow food and dabble over what's wrong with these tomatoes and, how to figure out what's happening with my green stripe cushaw pumpkin. Anyway. So yeah. It's probably in the car, the tiny tree. It's in the car. Did you look in the car? Go look in the car. All right, so we'll find it. All right. Anyway, those are the kind of things that I feel like those are really important. Without that relationship that I had developed with Jehovah and to know him by name, and he knows yes, I will check my Instagram. Thank you. I will. Um, I really feel very strongly that if I hadn't done that, I don't know where I would have been when I lost Rick. I don't know. I don't think I would have been able to manage. But yeah. So yeah, those are the kind of things that I've dealt with. But having this apartment close to my parents, like I could actually, it's a long walk, but I could walk to their house from here. Mm-hmm. So I like it a lot. It's not like I don't have to drive across the city to go see them anymore. Oh my goodness, I do. I celebrate his life. Thank you so much. Thank you. Reverend John O'Toole, thank you so much for coming to my live. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for praying for our family. But those are the kind of things I feel like I don't talk about it as much as I used to, because his life was celebrated it's celebrated every single day. Everything I have was because God blessed him. And when God blessed him, he blessed me. And when God blesses me, he blesses my children, and so on and so forth. So that's how I really feel about that. That, like I told Lil Bit, sorry, my eyes are watering. There's something in my eye, folks. I was explaining to Lil Bit that, when you bless your food, but then you're disrespectful to your mom, like, you're blessing the food, but your mom provided it. Your mom paid the electric bill that turned the stove on. And your mom bought the plates and the fork and the ingredients for your whole entire meal. So how are you going to sit over your food and bless your food, but you don't love the mom that bought it for you and brought it into the home? God blessed my life so I could wake up every day and go to work to earn the money to provide for you. Yes, exactly. Like, you cannot bless your food and disrespect your parents. And that is one of the reasons why I recognize that there's nothing that my parents will ever owe me. I owe them everything. God bless them. And that's how I am who I am. The wife that my husband had was because of my parents. And it was because of how they raised me. I regret nothing. Yes. But, oh, thank you so much, Rick. Rick Thomas, hi. So nice to meet you. Thank you for coming to my live. I love gardening. I've been gardening since I was little. I remember planting a garden in our house. We had a little backyard because we lived in Queens, and we had a little backyard, and I planted peppermint. I learned the hard way when the peppermint took over our whole backyard. It was the funniest thing. You just walk and it was just the scent of peppermint everywhere. But it was lovely. Yeah, they put a house on that lot too, I tell you. Yes, yes. But yes, life is such a cycle. It is. And I just look forward to the day when, we don't have to believe in that, to deal with that anymore. Do I believe in arranged marriage? I do and I don't. I think that it can work, but, both parties have to really want to invest in that. If both parties aren't interested, then it's not going to work. I don't feel like you can force a young girl to do something she doesn't want to do. I don't think that you should. And she might be okay with it, but if she's not okay with it, don't make her do something she doesn't want to do. I used to, when I was younger, I'd ask my Mom, introduce me to somebody so that I could, get married, because I didn't like being single. I don't think I ever did. I think I was one of those people I was meant to be someone's wife. And she never did. She was like, you have to meet someone on your own. So when I met my husband, I was very, very, I was like, too good to be true. But he was awesome. So I was like, I'm keeping you. And it didn't matter what I've been through in the past. Other people may have not been ideal as like a person to date. And I did not allow their behavior to influence my relationship with my husband. Like I didn't punish him for the things that other people had done. I don't believe in that. So, oh no. Yeah, look for it. Hi, Mark Rob. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining the live. I really appreciate it. So, yeah, I do and I don't. Like at this point, I think arranged marriage, it's if you want to do it and if both parties are interested, that's great. But you really have to know yourself. And you have to, like, Rick and I got married so fast. I mean, literally 3 months after we met. I don't even recommend that for everybody because everything you learn about that person has to come as a pleasant surprise. You cannot hold things against the person. You didn't know about it when you met them, and now that you know it, you can't be all hateful towards them. You have to have a forgiving spirit and an understanding spirit. Absolutely, and honestly, Milsurp says a few words. I don't really believe in soulmates. Hi, the Plush King. How are you? So nice to see you. Thank you for joining the live. I don't believe in soulmates because, it implies one. And like I knew my husband has a best friend. We were friends, but he spoke to his best friend about everything. I wasn't his best friend. That's okay. You don't have to be best friends with your spouse. You have to love them. He treated me awesome, like a biblical, even like reading it word for word. He lived out those things from the scriptures in our marriage. But did he tell me every single thing? No. He talked to his best friend about a lot of things that were important for the two of us to know. He did talk to me about, but otherwise, no. Yes, absolutely believe that, that we were meant to be together. Yes. But yes, I didn't say it, but definitely connect with people in the chat. That's awesome. Hi, Talita, 360 Cafe. My little bit's coming in the back. I've told her in the past not to take shortcuts through the neighborhood. Once again, she's not listening to her mom. That it hurts my heart because I like to know where she is. And if you're coming from the park, come straight from the front. So I'm not expecting anybody to come through the back. That kind of scared me a little bit. Yes, it is good to have that friend outside of the marriage, Green Organic Love. And not to talk about your marriage mate necessarily, but just to be friends. Whenever his friend came into town, they went out to eat together. They went out, it was, and I'm friends with his wife. Our children are friends. Our children have had sleepovers at their house. They've been to our house. And actually, don't take the dog out there, please. Come on. Thank you. So.
She said yes.
All right, Rick Thomas, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of friends in general. I wasn't disallowed from having, and one of the things that I allowed was, that we allowed each other was the freedom to have friends and trust. We trusted each other. Like my husband could go on business trips for 2 weeks and, we talk every day. And I knew that he was at work. he knew that I was at work and we weren't doing anything we shouldn't be doing, so that we trusted each other. So it wasn't a problem having friends of the opposite gender. But I just honestly, if you're going to have a problem with your spouse cheating on you, it doesn't matter if you have friends or not. I don't think it matters. I think if they're going to do it, they're going to do it. And it's a shame. I don't agree with that at all. But yeah, I really believe that you should, if you are married, then trust your spouse. They'll be happier, right? Because you can be emotionally cheating. You never have to actually go do the deed. You could just be like, just talking to somebody, or, like maybe you're in social media and you're in a private chat, just the two of you. And you're saying things that are inappropriate with each other. You have to, just because, nothing sexual happened doesn't mean that that's, sometimes you can just be emotionally denying the person. But yeah, I agree with you on that one. You have to trust your spouse though. And in the same way, your wife has to trust you. But yeah, so this is my little garden. I actually went to Dollar General. You guys shop at Dollar General? They have all of their gardening supplies, everything in the store that's related to gardening is like 70% off. So I bought 3 huge planters. And if you saw that video that I made about the roadside plant sale, I think I decided to get a tangelo and a lemon. And I'm going to plant them. I also think I want a banana, and I'm going to put them here in my on my patio. So that the roadside plant sale wasn't selling bananas, but what I might do is I might order one from, or we'll see. That's a whole nother issue. I was going to place an order. Have you guys been to Pete Canaris, his website? Pete Canaris has a website where he sells plants. Like, he's a landscaper, so he sells the plants, okay? And you have to bulk order. So, like, I wasn't planning on making a little tiny order. I'm not buying one because I have a farm. So I was planning on buying enough for the farm. I need lemongrass. I needed all kinds of things. And I needed trees. I needed different things to make my farm the way I wanted it to be. And hey, JB's Barbecue and Guns. Good morning. Well, good afternoon here. Yeah, we're East Coast, so it's afternoon here. No, I don't camp. I like a structure. I've never been tent camping, and I've never stayed in an RV, but I would like to. Not tent camping. I like a structure. Like it needs a nice cabin. Yes. So, sis, TK Tanae is in the house. Thank you so much for coming, TK. I would camp in an RV. Yes. Actually, earlier up in the chat, there's a couple that does a van life. Forget the name of their channel right now. I gotta scroll up. Remind me, Melanie, please. So my hero, TK today. Yes, she is my hero. I love her. But yes, they live that van life. And since I have these 2 girls, I would want an RV that had maybe like space for mom to sleep, and then bunk bed areas for the girls, place for my little chihuahua. And yes, Reverend John O'Toole, exactly. Like, I would just, instead of spending $10,000 on an RV, or even $5,000 on a used beat up one, and then not being sure if my car can tow it, just get a hotel room, Holiday Inn Suites Express. They got that buffet breakfast with this, just going back over and over again for bacon, just bacon and eggs. That's just get a hotel room. And then you don't have to worry about hooking up to the site and the black tank or whatever. So a hotel with a view of the mountains. Yes, or wherever you are. You could be on the water, a woodland view, something like that. Oh, okay. Is football on today? Because that's one of the things I really, I never dabbled into. It was like my husband's thing. So I came on live at the right time. As long as you come on live before the game, then you'll get all the guys that want to come in and watch, enjoying your live. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You cooked some of that pork sausage this morning. Yes, isn't it good? Oh my goodness. That stuff tastes awesome. And you don't even have to season it. Listen, the butcher that did it for me, they season it for me. And all you got to do is cook it. You could take it's ground sausage. You could mix it with ground beef and make delicious meatballs. I was saying something before and I just got off track. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Oh, I was saying, sorry, I just scared the dog. I was saying that I was going to go to Pete Canaris's website and make a large order for some trees and things like that for the farm. But I think now what I'll do is I'll just try to source those things from Jim Bingham because he's close and I've been there and I know they have awesome customer service, as I'm sure Pete does, but Pete really works as a landscaper. So I don't think he has roadside, you can't just drive onto his farm and go buy some trees. That's his house anyways. So I'm glad you loved it, TK, because we had some of that for breakfast today too. Yeah, I don't watch sports either, Reverend John. I really don't. I mean, do I? No, I don't. No. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a lemon. I was going to get maybe either a lime or a grapefruit, but I really am not into limes so much personally. I like lemons better. So I'll get a lemon and a tangelo because it's kind of a cross. A tangelo is a cross between sorry, I just lost my word again. A grapefruit and a tangerine. It's a cross between a grapefruit and a tangerine. And it's not syrupy sweet like tangerines and oranges because it has that, little bit of, it mellows the sweetness because of the cross with the grapefruit. So I definitely want to try those two. And I'm going to see if I can find a banana. Oh, no. I'm definitely going to plant papaya. I got to plant papaya because I'm in North Florida. This is Jacksonville. And so I know those things will grow here. Freaky Geek, how are you? Thank you for coming to the live. Is he doing a lime and a coconut? What? You telling jokes I'll understand. I'm not young, but I'm not really. Yeah, I would like to do that and plant some trees. I actually have a avocado. I've planted an avocado seed that my parents had bought an avocado from South Florida. Not one of those little bumpy avocados. This was one of those big, smooth green avocados. Those avocados. So I planted it, did the thing with the toothpicks in the water, and I thought it was going nasty, changed out the water. Thought it was going nasty, changed out the water again. It looked horrible. And the next thing you know, it sprouted a stem and a leaf. And now it's a tree. Now it's a little tree. And I have it planted in a big pot on the farm, and I have to remember to bring it in. I also have planted sugarcane on the farm. And so those are the kind of things that I need to make sure that they are brought in so that they survive the winter. It gets colder on the farm than it does here in the city. So I want to make sure that I have to, just because I'm living in the city doesn't mean I'm never going back to the farm. So I'll just go back and, handle those things and come back. And oh, no worries, because I didn't. No worries, Freaky Geek. I wasn't sure. Oh, good. Yeah, I feel a little bit sore because I did a lot of lifting yesterday. My daughters and I, we moved 2 mattresses and a futon yesterday. So we slept here for the first time tonight, last night, that is. And yeah. So that's that. Yeah, I really appreciate everybody coming into the live. You guys made me feel so good. 23 thumbs up from what I can see. And I really appreciate that. Like I didn't have any goals for being live. 24, wow, nice. I didn't have any goals. Like, some people they want to make sure they get this many likes. And I just am like, oh, I just hope somebody's watching. I just hope someone's watching. That's all. And even if you're, I feel like sometimes when you find a community of people that, you're like-minded, whether it's the gardening community, this is the YouTube community. It's like a whole group of people. Some of them we're friends with, some of them we're just acquaintances, some of them we're family, and some of them we are becoming family. So I really appreciate all of you for coming. I have absolutely loved spending time with you guys today, and I'm not going to stay on too long. Oh, hey, Off-Grid Desert Farming with Paul and Adrian. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for hitting the like button, Freaky Geek. I really appreciate that too. I appreciate my moderators, Melanie and Green Organic Love. Thank you guys for being up early, because I know it's like almost 1 o'clock here on the East Coast, but it might be earlier where you are. And I know I have friends around the world, so it's probably the middle of the night or really late in some of those other places. But yes, absolutely. I appreciate all of you for coming. See, it's 10 a.m. and there's people that are just now getting ready to go off to worship, or if they did it yesterday. Yes, absolutely. You know what? That's that off-grid lifestyle, homestead lifestyle, that is what appealed to me, because I really feel strongly that we should not be so reliant on just the grocery store. It shouldn't all be about for the flat earthers friends, all square the world. See, it's just, you should not be reliant on the grocery store, on Walmart. Like, those places are nice. I go to them too, but that's not all I rely on. When I'm looking to cook my food, I know I can go to my freezer and go get something I grew. I know I can go in the garden and go get something I grew. And that's exactly right. And I don't necessarily think it's the liberals, just liberals. It's the organizations that see you growing your own food as a threat to their income. It cuts off them making money. So when you're growing your own food, they're not making money because you're not buying it from them. That's where I feel like people are going to, that's where we're going to hurt, because we're just buying it from them. So when they're closed because the trucks can't come in, because the bridge was washed out in a flood, or, the hurricanes and the roads got closed, what happens then? I've been in that situation here in Florida where hurricanes closed down the roads and trucks weren't coming in. And so the grocery stores were closed because of the hurricane. There's no electricity. And when you finally do get to go to the grocery store again, there's no milk, there's no water, there's no bread. But do you know how to bake your own bread? That's what I'm talking about. Like, you need to know how to do these things on your own. And if you don't have a generator, I get it, but no, not everybody has a generator, but at least have the ability to know how to do things. Like if you grow your own food, learn how to can it. If you grow peas or beans, dry them and put them in a container. One of the things I'm going to do actually is I watched a video by Green Organic Love where she did beans in her crock pot. Green Organic Love, I'm definitely going to do that. I got the beans that I grew. I got a crock pot. What's that noise? What is that? Y'all hear that? Is this? Huh. Let me turn. Maybe my mic is acting up. What's going on? I don't know. It's weird. You hear that too? It's like static, right? You hear that too? I don't know. I'm in a room by myself, so I don't know why that's happening. All right. So yeah. I don't know what that is. So yes, 21 days. Oh my goodness. Look, 2004. Okay. That summer, all those hurricanes came through Central Florida. I was pregnant with my oldest daughter. And so now that I'm a teacher, I remember the year I taught fourth grade. The whole entire class. I was co-teaching. It was 2 teachers in the room, and there were about 40 students. And most of the class was born 9 months after that hurricane. It was funny. But yes, the amount of days you go because you cannot get electricity. You have to learn how to live without these conveniences, without air conditioning. I don't know how they populated Florida before air conditioning. I do not know. Florida in the summertime is no place I want to be. And I want to be like the guy that Pete Canaris and Justin Rhodes made him popular. Well, he was already popular, but oh goodness, what's his name? Jim Kovaleski. Okay. So what Jim does is Jim grows food in Florida in the fall through winter because this is a prime growing season for us. Okay. Then in the summertime when Florida gets ridiculous, he moves up to Maine. So what I was thinking of doing was I was thinking of finding a house in a place up north that I could go spend my summer. So I don't have to deal with this hot Florida. This heat in Florida is unbearable. And I could close my house down. Nobody wants to garden here in the summer because nothing wants to grow. It's too hot. Nobody wants to be outside. So I think it's just better if I do that. Can y'all hear me? He said sound's gone. What? Sounds like a pressure type of sound to me. Yeah, Florida. Okay, you can't hear me because you're responding. Florida is only for the winter. It's great here in the fall. Like right now, I was sitting, sorry, my eyes are watering. I was sitting out on the Lanai. It was nice. It was lovely. You have to understand, it's beautiful here when summer is over. It's beautiful here when summer is over. That's why they have those, what do you call those? Snowbirds, right? Is that what they call them? Snowbirds? Is that what they call them? They come down in the winter from Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, look, my daughter looks so beautiful. Look at her. You guys want to see her? Look, look, look. There she is. Oh, wait, come on this side. There you go. Look at her makeup. She's so beautiful.
There's the dog.
This is Four Horns Kitchen. Four Horns Kitchen. Snowbirds, or he said old folks. Not just old folks, just people with the resources to live in 2 different places during the year. If you can move to a place where you can live, oh, thank you guys so much. She is beautiful.
Hey, y'all.
Look, there's Auntie. Yes. I would do it. I would absolutely do it. Thank you guys so much. because that's one of the things that I feel like if you're going to live in a place like Florida, then it's just kind of unbearable here in the summertime. And actually, one of the things that I'm working on for myself is improving my health. And one of the ways that I was improving my health was to eat food that I grew. And in order to eat food that I grow, I have to be able to go grow it. But when you're outside in the summertime in Florida, it makes you feel like you want to pass out. Like you have to be out in the summertime early in the morning. And then by 9 o'clock in the morning, it's already like 95 degrees. So it's impossible. Like I actually was able to go out in the garden and do some work. Yeah, it did look like I had two heads, didn't it? Yeah. Yes, that's my little girl. My oldest. She's my oldest. That's not a little bit. That's my big girl. Pineapple, bananas, and citrus of all sorts. Absolutely. Yes, she had her little pup with her, our dog. I have planted loquat out on the farm. I have loquat, some type of citrus. I don't remember what it is because my husband planted those seeds. And I think it's either a grapefruit or a lemon. Oh, see, Reverend John, I don't even know why people do that. I remember seeing that when I was growing up in New York. There's people who will go into the ocean when it's 20 degrees. That's just, no, not doing it. But yes, I would love to plant papaya. I love papaya. I'm going to go back to that store and I'm going to find the Jim Bingham's plant sale. And I'm going to find a lemon and a tangelo. I'm only going to get two because I want to keep them here on the patio. I already have patio furniture. It's at my parents' house, so I just need to go get that. And then I'll have a reveal of sorts, and you guys can see how we changed that lanai and what we did to it. And if I have room and courage, a couple of hens so I can get some eggs. Shh, don't tell the apartment people. Yes, absolutely. I'm not. You know what? I always thought that growing it in the ground would be better, but I see some amazing results from people like Backyard Gardener when it comes to growing in pots, especially in places where it gets cold in the winter and for extended amounts of time. Growing figs in pots. Like I had my figs in pots. If you've seen my video that I did a couple of years ago about just sewing those grow bags. So I made the grow bags myself. I got the landscape fabric from, I think it was from Amazon. I don't remember now. But you can get landscape fabric from Dollar General. You can make it from the Dollar General landscape fabric, but it won't last as long. So when you make the grow bag, you make it big enough so that you can plant whatever you're going to plant in it, and it will stay in there, and it will actually root prune, because it will air prune the roots, because the roots are not going to grow out of the bag. But yeah, those grow bags, you have to buy good quality landscape fabric, and that's why we got ours from Amazon. And I actually show the name of it in the video. So once I did the grow bags, when I was ready to plant those figs in the ground, the little cheap grow bags I say cheap, they're not, none of them were. The cheap fabric from like the dollar store, the landscape fabric, it ripped. When you tried to pick it up, it would just break apart in your hand. But if you buy the good stuff, it will last. And once I made that grow bag, the roots had started to come into it, but then it would prune. In order to get the bag off, you almost have to turn the bag inside out. I just went ahead and cut it because it had been in there a couple of years. So I cut the grow bags off, planted my figs in the ground, and then planted my figs in the ground, and then the figs didn't, I think I saw one fig that came onto the plant, but I think it's just because the roots are going down and they're mining for water. And here in Florida, you dig a hole deep enough and you're going to get water. And you really don't have to dig that deep to get water out on a property. So I think the roots are just like finding their way, and they're establishing the root systems. And then hopefully I'll be able to get some fruit next year. But in the pots, these pots that I got, it stopped raining. Let me see if I can go back outside real quick, and I'll show you the pots that I got from Dollar General on clearance. All right, let's see. All right. And the other reason I'm going outside, because I'm live and my daughter's inside watching. She came back from the park, so someone hear me talking. All right. All right, here we are. We're back on the Lanai. Welcome back to Lanai. If you haven't been out on the Lanai, this is the Lanai right here. There's the concrete patio and a little grassy area behind me. And there's an air conditioner right behind me. So if you hear it, sounds a little noisy. There's also a small airport close by. So you might hear a plane or two. But they're little small jets. So like little Lear jets and such. Okay, so I went and got this from Dollar General. Look how big this thing is. Look at how huge. Okay, this one's white. I got 2 white ones and a green one. It's a 21-inch round plant pot. Regular price $10. I think I got this for $1.75. I got 3 of them. They are huge. Okay, massive. Even if you didn't get them for $10, even if I got them regular price, I mean, I think this is pretty great for $10. I mean, something this size from Home Depot, of course, it's not going to last as long as, like maybe the plastic is cheap. Usually get what you pay for. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the 1 lemon, the 1 tangelo, and I'm going to plant 1 in each of them. And then I just need to drill a hole because there's no holes in the bottom. And they kind of have like little starter holes for you to drill right there. And it says drill out holes for water drainage. I might not drill those. I might drill a hole like maybe an inch up, holes about an inch up from the bottom. That way the bottom of the pot will always have a little bit of, like a little bit of water at the bottom. Just put some rocks at the bottom and drill the hole maybe an inch or 2 up. And that way water won't collect in it all, it won't drain out from the bottom and totally dry out. It'll drain from the holes, and then whatever is below the holes will remain in there, right? So we'll do that. Okay, I will do that because that's one of the things that I have to deal with here. We do get a frost every once in a while. Hey, Chrissy, how are you? I didn't see you come into the chat, but here you are. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. Yes, we didn't have these pots actually. I had, when we were moving, I actually threw things into them. Like, we brought some food from the house. Yeah, exactly. You know what I could do too to them is I could spray paint the outside. That would protect them from the UV rays. And just don't spray paint the inside. So I'll probably plant up to this line right here. This line right here, I'll put soil, the plant in, and then soil up to this line, and then some wood chips at the top to keep it from drying out. But when we were moving, I actually filled these up. I filled them with food. whatever we needed to bring from the house, and then just you know have them out here on the patio. Something else I found. These were also on clearance, and it's a self-watering plant spa. It says it has a built-in reservoir, draws water to roots up to 2 weeks. Ventilated base promotes optimum drainage and aeration. So you fill it from this little spot right here so you don't pour water into the top. All right, dirty. Okay, so if you look inside, so the roots will collect the water from down in here. It's got a reservoir on the bottom. You pull that off. I think you can pull it off. I thought you could pull it off. Yeah, you can, but weakling. Oh, there we go. So this is what it looks like on the bottom, and the water will collect in here, and then the roots will just kind of like grow through and down into the water. So then you kind of just pop this back on here, just line it up with the holes. But you got to line it up with this part right here, right? See? So there's that part where you're going to water from. Line it up like that. This was on clearance too. Got this from Dollar General. All right. So this was on clearance too. I think I bought these before they went on clearance though. I just like them. But these right here, very cute. These were $6. I'm pretty sure I bought them for $6, or maybe I bought them for like 50% off. I don't remember, but yeah. So I start off with actual food to grow food. Well, you can do that actually. Like, what was I watching? I was watching Lead Farmer 73. He started celery, and he started the celery because Green Organic Love was juicing. So you get your celery and you chop off the bottom and you juice the rest of the celery. Then you take the bottom of the, well, no, it's not a joke. It's like for real. Yes, Four Horns Kitchen is my daughter. So it's not a joke. It's for real. So you take the bottom of the celery and you put it in a dish of water, and it will grow up another stalk of celery. And you just keep doing that. You'll always have celery. And you let it go to seed, you'll have celery seeds. I personally have never been able to grow celery from seed. I've tried many times. It just doesn't work. So there's that. So I got these. What else did I get? Oh, I got all of these on clearance. These were like about, regular price was $4. This was 70% off. Look how pretty that is. Don't you love that? Look, and it matches with the fence. I got a couple of those. See, there's another one. Oh no, this thing got wet. That's not good. All right. I don't think this is going to work anymore. I didn't know this was out here. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Distracted. But I had bought one of these little emergency lights. You guys have seen these? If you're a prepper or not, if you just like the idea of having them, but it has magnets on the back, so you could actually attach it to the fridge, and it has Velcro strips, so you could these stick to whatever surface, and then you can just Velcro it like that. Okay. And it takes 3 AAA batteries, but you see what happened there? I left it out here in a pot, and I didn't realize, I forgot it was in the pot. I'm getting rusty water on me. So it got wet on the inside, so I'm pretty sure it doesn't work anymore. But see, and it's got, like, you could see the wet inside. But you flip this switch on, battery operated light, keeping things like this around. Okay, so that way if your lights go out, you have at least a way to see. This one. And what I like about this one is that doesn't this look like those little dollar pots from Home Depot? But it's not. It's pretty hard plastic. Regular price was $6. And they kind of distressed it, painted and distressed it. So this is really pretty. It almost has kind of a green patina and very pretty. I think I got one of those. 70% off. Paint flowers on the fence. I wish I could paint flowers on the fence. I can't do that here. That's another thing. You know, we were looking at things in IKEA yesterday, and a lot of the things in IKEA were, you know, you have to attach them to the wall. So like this brick wall. In order for us to use it, we'd have to attach it. But, you know, this is an apartment. It's not my house. I can't just screw into the brick wall. Yeah, they are great night lights. They're very bright, very bright. But yeah, this one, they have painted it to look like concrete. I love this one. This is really nice. I think I might plant some peppermint in this one. So I got two of those. $6 regular price, 70% off. So I think peppermint, some mint, some basil, things that I could grow. Hey, Lulutin family, how are you? Yeah, I didn't. You're doing an IKEA haul. Yes, I took Four Horns Kitchen with me. We went to IKEA yesterday. There's an IKEA here in Jacksonville. And so while Lil Bit was in the IKEA play area, Four Horns Kitchen and I went to walk through the store, and we looked to see if we could find a day bed that would work out as a couch for us for our apartment. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the thrift store. I saw a couch at the thrift store for $50. And yes, it's a thrift store couch, but it was $50. I mean, 50 compared to 400, you know. I think I'll pay 50. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, oh my goodness. Okay, what are you making for dinner, the Lutan family? Yes, Four Horns Kitchen usually does the cooking here at our house. I kind of assist as needed. Back when I was like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, Four Horns Kitchen started doing most of the cooking. I guess I do the dishwashing if she does the cooking. I do try to tell her to wash after she cooks or clean as she cooks, but no. I'm laughing with you, Four Horns Kitchen, because mom's always trying to tell you to clean as you cook. Did I have any other things? Yes, I did. There were some more. All right. These two pots right here, these are actually gifts and they're from Dollar Tree, I think, right? Yeah, I think so. But they also have a little cup at the bottom that retains the water. And so after Rick passed away, one of my friends, and I asked that nobody give me cut flowers because Rick never bought cut flowers for me. But he would buy plants. He would say, go buy trees, go buy plants, buy whatever you like. And so one of my friends came to his funeral and she brought plants in these two pots. So I've replanted what she gave me, and then I saved these two pots. So I planted them in the garden. I actually need to grow some thyme. One of my other secrets call it a secret, not really a secret. Chicken, yes, absolutely. Yes, season it and let it marinate, because nothing's worse than unseasoned chicken. It's like eating cardboard. So one of the other things that I had purchased, what was I talking about? Thyme, a secret of finding the plants, because, you know, it's not always the right season to go to Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever you go and you find plants. Go to the grocery store and they sell basil, they sell rosemary, they sell all of those different plants. They sell it in a little pot, at least they do here in public. So look in your grocery store. M.I. Gardner did a video on this, I think. I'm really doing really well today with remembering channel names. I'm really proud of myself because a lot of times, people are like, oh, well, I saw this, but then they don't say where they saw it. But I saw this on M.I. Gardner. He bought the herb from the grocery store and then put it in rooting hormone, prepared it, and planted it, and was able to grow more of them from something he purchased from the grocery store. So that's another thing that I think is a really good idea. And they're usually less expensive than the plant starts at the grocery store. So that's one way to do that. Another thing I've seen people do, if you get celery seed from the grocery store, like in the seasonings aisle in the little jar, it's celery seeds, right? Plant those things, right? So, oh my goodness. Oh, I'm glad you found your tiny tree. Good, good, good. Watch a channel for a long time. You know what? I think I have been. I've been watching YouTube now for quite a few years. And that's because my husband and I decided to get rid of cable. We don't have cable. So we noticed that we had a cable and we had like 1,000 channels, but really we only watched about 10 of those channels. He watched football, he watched sports, like that. I watched HGTV and I watched, TLC or something like that. The kids would watch Disney or the kids would watch Nickelodeon. I'd watch the History Channel because I love history. But other than that, we watched the same channels over and over and over again. So we decided to get rid of the cable. We ended up having that money back in our pocket because we're not paying for cable. So we actually just invested in internet. And we have the internet and we use the internet to power our Roku. Use Roku box. Make the initial investment in the box of the remote control, connect it to the internet, and a lot of Roku channels are free. If they're not free, then go ahead and do your little monthly thing. So we got Netflix monthly, we got Hulu monthly, and that means that we get to watch the cartoons we want to watch. We get to watch the TV shows we want to watch because they also come on those channels. Now, I'm not worried about what if it's on free TV? If it's Blackish, for instance, that's a show that I like. And it comes on ABC, I think, and it usually comes on Tuesday. I might not watch it on Hulu until Wednesday, but that's not a problem for me because I'm not addicted to TV to the point where I have to see my show. I'm not one of those kind of people. I'm not I need to see Queen Sugar or whatever Tyler Perry shows are out nowadays. I'm not like that. So I used to be. And I realized that I was putting my life aside because of a TV show, and I had to stop doing that. And the same goes for, I watch a lot of YouTube, and I have found that there's things that I need to do, but I want to be watching YouTube. So sometimes I have to make sure I get my work done and then come to watch YouTube. Make sure I go to Bible study and then come back to YouTube. So those are the times that I've had to struggle with some of those things. Yeah, I don't miss cable. The times I miss it are when I get to watch it and I'm like, ooh, HGTV is on all day. And then I go back home and I can't watch HGTV all day. But I could always go to whatever channel. HGTV actually does have a Roku channel. So what I do is I go to HGTV on Roku and I pull up the shows on Roku. And usually you can watch the shows with minimal commercials. They still have a couple of commercials, but not as much as they do on regular TV. And I'm like, I don't understand how you're paying for cable and then you're still getting commercials. And it's almost like they're getting money twice, right? Y'all see that? Was I the only one who saw that? They got money from you to have the cable connected. But then they're running commercials during the show that you paid to watch. So, and then they're getting money from you whether you watch it or not. You got 1,000 channels you're paying for. You're only watching 15. So you're paying for all of that. And I'm just not with that. No. So yeah, the commercials, back taxes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes. I unplugged from TV over 2 years ago. Yeah, I do not have cable. I kind of wanted it again when I moved back here, but no, especially for Little Bit. Little Bit is a bit addicted to TV. I jokingly call her Mike TV. Have you guys read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? There's a character in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory who's addicted to television. And that is my little girl. Oh my goodness. So I've kind of moved away from TV to a certain extent, and she's still addicted to it. But hi, getting started on homesteading. How are you? So glad you're here. Thank you for coming into the live. Yes, exactly. So last year I did a book club at school, and I read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory to those students. At the end of the book, I threw a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie party. I got permission from their parents to watch the movie. We had candy, and more candy. Parents donated candy, cupcakes, drinks, cups, plates, candy, and more candy. It was so much fun, and I decorated the class to look like chocolate mountains with a river of chocolate running through it. So that's one of the things that I love about being a teacher. Loved reading that book. And the characters are so close to my heart. And then to see the characters and their personalities in different kids that you know. And the kids were like, oh my goodness, I'm like that. And so they were able to talk about, oh, well, that's why we shouldn't be selfish. That's why we shouldn't be greedy. We might end up like, Veronica, Violet. Anyway. Yes, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is a classic. Love that book. And I read it to Little Bit last summer. Not this past summer, the summer before that. Every day, she would come running to me, Mommy, let's read another chapter of the book. Actually, she wanted to read like 2 or 3 chapters a day, but I said, no, 1 chapter a day. And that actually causes a lot of kids to want to come back to it, almost like a TV show. It helps them to visualize, having them come back to that. And yeah. Oh, yes, I have a bird. There's birds out here too. It's so lovely out here. And it's not so hot. Oh my goodness, that's the thing. 1 chapter a week. Exactly. We only did it on Friday. Yeah, only on Friday. And it was for an hour on Friday. I would read the book to those students. They absolutely loved it. And there's kids around the school now. I've never been their teacher, but they know me. And they'll come to me and give me hugs. I wanted to do that again this year, but I couldn't because I changed a little bit school, and then I had to go pick her up from her bus stop. So I don't know. I gotta fix all of that. It's like I made changes, and now I gotta fix them. Thank you so much for dropping a thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are my heroes. I love it. 1 chapter a day, right? Because it makes them want to come back. And then what I really appreciate about Little Bit is she likes to go outside and play. And I really believe in that. Go outside and play. Absolutely. I was on the other side of that. Growing up, all I wanted to do was read. I never wanted to go outside and play. And I should have. That was one of the things. I don't regret being inside reading at all. I love reading. But I really should have played more. My eyes look swollen. I think I need to get a Benadryl or something. Go ahead, Freaky Geek. Go get a snack. It's actually lunchtime here. And I probably need to go make some sandwiches for my kids or something. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I need to go grocery shopping, right? and I moved into this apartment, and I brought, actually Four Horns Kitchen brought some food for the house, for the apartment from the house. But it's not a fridge full of food, so we need to go back, or we need to just buy some groceries. And I need to start planting stuff here. So in the coming weeks, in the coming days, I'll think about what I want to plant in all of these pots. I'll go back to the house. I have to go back to the house, or I'll go to my parents' house and borrow my dad's drill some holes in the bottoms of these. I like this one. See, like, you can see the bottom. There's this lip right here, and this is the bottom, right? So if you drill the holes here, water will drain from here, but then this part will collect water. And that way it won't totally ever just dry all the way out. Unless you just like not watering at all and it doesn't rain. And that would be bad. Same thing here. See, it has holes kind of started already. Drill in here. But what if you drilled in this part in the middle? That way it would drain from here, but water would collect on the inside at the very bottom. So I don't know. I have like weird ideas about things like that. And I also have plants that I need to bring over. Hey, Rico, Bizarre Foods, how are you? Thank you so much for joining the live today. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are making me feel so much love. This is how I send love to my students around the school. I actually will, if I see kids in the class, and don't get up. I just wanted to send you some love. All right, how are you doing? Glad you're back. But yes, absolutely. Give them a microwave. I tell them microwaves, little tiny waves, and teaching them Latin roots. Microwaves, little tiny waves, and don't disrupt with yelling, right? 50 plus cruise income. Nice to see you. So thank you so much for coming. You guys are making my hearts. I really appreciate it. And also those things also help. I don't know why. Why did I get into talking about teaching? Anyway, so I was talking about my plants. I love this. Look, it even there's a hose bib out here. So if you want to water the plants, and they've covered the hose bib with insulation so that if it gets cold, that it won't freeze up. This apartment is really very nice. Very, very nice. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here at this apartment close to my parents. And I really appreciate that it's got space for me to grow. So I was saying I was going to give you guys another little tour of back here because some new people have joined the live. So anyway, this is live from the Lanai. Welcome to the Lanai. Hey. And so we're going to decorate it with lights and plants. And I might go ahead and get a couple of hens because, fresh eggs. All right. So this area right here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it with cardboard and put down some mulch because I don't know what was here before. And I don't know if, I don't know what that thing is. That looks gross. But, like maybe the last people who were here had a dog and they let their dog go out here. I'm not that kind of person, yeah. So put some mulch over that. And if I get some chickens, I'll let the chickens come through and peck at it. I probably will just get a little coop and put some wood, let them peck in the area, then put wood chips down so that it stays, nice and not nasty. I don't want a nasty chicken coop. That's nasty. But yeah, so some chickens out here, just a couple. Enough for eggs for the three of us, Not like, I'm not doing like Richard Perkins, like, don't watch Richard Perkins. Oh my goodness, listen. Even if you live in the city and you don't grow your own food, let me tell you about an intelligent individual who's doing some great things, Richard Perkins. You know who else? Listen. And I'm going to challenge you because when you find this guy's channel, you're going to be like, I can't find it. I couldn't hardly find it either. I couldn't hardly find it. The guy's name is Justin Gay, and he is a market gardener in California. So I know Green Organic Love is in California. Have you ever heard of Justin Gay? Because this guy is doing his thing. He's growing microgreens and homegrown vegetables. Honey, if he's close to you, go buy from him, because I'm telling you, you can't beat homegrown. You can't beat grown on a local farm and not having your food trucked in from across the country. It just tastes better. And I know that that's the society that we live in today, so we have to deal with that. I buy food that's trucked in from off the farm. I don't know where it's coming from. It doesn't taste great sometimes because it wasn't grown to taste good. It was grown to keep, you know? So those are the kind of things I'm looking for, people like that. His name is Justin Gay, and he is a market gardener in California. And I'm telling you, this guy is doing some things. All right, support his channel. Okay, so the Lanai also has a little fence right here, opening a gate. And I love this lattice inside. Look, this is the wall I share with a neighbor, so it's all private. And this wall is like a little, maybe 5 feet of green space. And the apartment complex maintains this side outside of it. And the apartment complex maintains that side outside of it. But I think I maintain on the inside. So I got to ask them, because if they come in my yard to cut this grass right here, I'm going to be like, no, don't come in here. Don't come in here, because I don't want y'all in here, you know? So it stopped raining so I can come back out. But we're gonna find some lights, find some plants. I'm gonna go back to Jim Bingham, and we're gonna get a lemon and a tangelo. I'm gonna grow some papaya. We're gonna see how that's gonna work out. I'm gonna grow mint, lemon balm, just some things so I can make teas. If possible, I'm gonna just try. Hey, nothing beats a trial but a failure. So maybe some of these pots that I showed you guys earlier. Oh no, no roosters, only hens, no roosters. Yeah, you can't have that. Actually, Jacksonville just recently, I say recently, like within the past couple of years, agreed to allow people to have hens in their backyards. And you can have like 3 to 6. But you have to be 6 feet away or 5 feet away, so a certain amount of distance away from a fence that you share with a neighbor. And like, I actually pay extra for this apartment to have my dog in it. And I'm like, hens are way quieter than dogs. Are you kidding me? Hens give you eggs and dogs give you love. And I like both of those things. So I want hens. And if the neighbors don't mind, I'll get some hens. Hope they don't tell on me. And if they do tell on me, well, I got a crock pot for that. Like, I don't want to get rid of my hens. So, but anyway, I really appreciate you guys coming. It really makes me feel good. Thank you so much. All right, Off-Grid Desert Farming with Paul and Adrienne. Thank you so much for coming. If you've gone already, I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming by. But yeah, it's going to be so much fun out here, and it's really nice out here. I'd say it's quiet. I can hear the highway. I hear traffic, but I'm not mad about that. Not at all. I feel good about being here because I'm close to my family, and I'm here for them as long as they need me to be. So I hear traffic, but I also hear birds. And the sky is overcast today, but it's still nice. It's not blisteringly hot like it usually is in Florida in the summertime. Yes, oh my goodness, I need to show you guys. Getting started on homesteading. I actually bought from Tractor Supply. It's like a little tiny greenhouse, like you put it over a garden bed. So I might do that here too and see what I can get away with growing here. Because that's one of those things that is really important. That's something I learned from Justin Rhodes. I thought I was doing good and put plastic over my plants to protect them from the cold. But not only did it not protect them, they still froze anyway. So what he uses, oh, I'm sorry, I just moved my laptop. I'm sorry. What he uses is called Agribond. And I don't think Agribond is necessarily an inexpensive fabric. It's kind of like it's a fabric that you put over the bed, and it protects the bed from the freezing cold and the snow. Excuse me, my nose itches. And I think it gives like just a slight temperature increase inside of that. So the nights that it's freezing here, not very often. Usually it'll start freezing at like 1, 2, 3 in the morning. And that's the coldest days of the year. So it's not enough here to really worry about it. But those are the kind of things I want to do. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can hear it. And I don't mind it because being here for me is I get to live in the city. You know, I felt that way about the farm. It's a lot of work, but I got to live on a farm. I get to have a farm. I get to grow my own food. I don't look at it like it's a burden at all. I get to live in an apartment in the city. And yes, I can hear the traffic, but sometimes I'm that traffic. Sometimes I have to drive myself to work. I have to drive my kids to school. So I get to. I don't feel bad at all. Yeah. Like, no, I'm not close to the border. I'm not close to orange farms here. Jacksonville historically has been beef. They raise beef here. So you look into history of Jacksonville, it's been, and movies. Yeah, this was like Hollywood back in the day. I think this is where they filmed Creature from the Black Lagoon. So yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's been really good. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say that this has been just the most great experience ever. Like having this apartment and having the opportunity to move my children to a farm and have an apartment in the city. It gives me an opportunity to be close to my parents, to be here for them as they need me, and to start something new, to start fresh, and do a container garden. So if you kind of want to see what's going to happen and see a container garden from the start, from its birth, thank you so much for coming. Come and watch me do a container garden from its birth. Help me decide what to plant. If you have any suggestions about what to plant, things that grow well in fall and winter, because here in North Florida, we pretty much have that. Right now it's time for fall garden planting. So some of the things I'm going to plant on the farm, as I go back out to the farm, I'm going to plant carrots. I'm going to plant garlic, because those are things that I can plant and leave and then come back months later and harvest. But out here, I can plant things that I have to maintain. So it might be a good opportunity to plant lettuce, collard greens, little bits back from the park. I'm listening to you. You are? Okay, good. All right. So my kids are, what are you making for lunch?
Probably peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Okay. I'll take one.
That is some ginger.
Don't use don't use a brand new cup. Stop. Don't use, girl. Don't use a brand new cup. Rinse out the ones you had. Recycle. All right, guys. Freaky Geek. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Rico Bizarre Foods. Look, that's why I did this. I did this so that I could be closer to family. Have a great weekend, Freaky Geek. I know it's like 1 day left. I wish I could have 5-day weekends and 2 days off, because, I can't. I got to work. And I love teaching anyway, so I gotta go prepare for my classes and prepare my lessons, make sure I have everything that I need, and my videos lined up, because I actually do use YouTube in my class. They love it. They love it. The one they love the most, and I love watching them do it, is Gummy Bear. If you've ever seen, you want to get your kids up and moving and dancing and yourself, I'm a gummy bear. That is so much fun. Also the learning station, that's another one I use for getting up and moving. Go Noodle. Go Noodle has good videos for getting up and moving. There's so many learning websites. You just gotta go find them. So with that being said, guys, let's see, how Florida, how have you ever planted a fruit or vegetable seed? Or the bottom? Yes, I actually was saying that earlier in the chat, because Green Organic Love, she does juicing. So, she's gotten a lot of us motivated to get out there and juice. So I got my celery and I cut the bottom off, set the bottoms into a tray of water, and they started growing. Absolutely. So I don't really have good luck growing celery from seed. So if this is the way I can grow celery, then that's what I'm going to do. And that's one of the things that I really loved about YouTube. You learn so much, you remember so much. Diva Jones 03 reminded me about cutting my herbs and hanging them. I used to do that when I was younger. I would get roses and hang them upside down, and then once they're dried, take the rose petals and make them into potpourri, which is really strange of me, I guess. But I've been making and crafting and growing since I was younger. So I thought to myself, after I watched that Diva Jones video about hanging your herbs, she says, harvest them, tie a string around them, and hang them on the porch. But I'm like, I don't have a covered porch. So I just put them in my house in the foyer, and I have dried sage, dried lemon balm, I have dried basil, yes, basil, oregano, and thyme. So when we season our food with herbs that we grew. We make teas with herbs that we grew. So those are all things that I think you should definitely do if you have the ability. And to me, even if all you have is an apartment and you have pots out on the patio, or you have planters in front of your window, do that. When I was a little kid, I'd never forget, I used to take lima beans and start them from seeds. So I've been growing little seeds from, since I was a little baby. So I think that's fun. Yeah. But I really appreciate you guys staying and being in here. Those are the kind of things that I think everybody should do, even if you're doing it small scale from an apartment, or if you have a big farm. And if you have one of those big farms and you're growing food for other people, get a little garden and grow for yourself. The last channel I'm going to mention is, not last. The last channel I'm going to mention that's like one of those bigger channels is The Fit Farmer. Mike Dixon, Lacey Dixon, and their kids. I love their channel. Like, you can find, they're like recommended. They come up first. I rang their bell. They grow food. They market garden in North Carolina and grow food for themselves. They got their kids involved. I absolutely love their channel. I love their family. I don't know them personally, but I've always said, man, if I could get Mike Dixon to come down to Florida for a vacation and just consult. Like Mike's probably like, what? I need somebody to come consult for me. Because, Mike is very open, and he's like, oh, I didn't do this right. I didn't do that right. I'm like, nah, Mike, you don't even understand. You're doing it. So that would be something I would do. Mike and Lacey, the kids, come down and have a little Florida vacation. Come stay with me. I would love to have you. Come help me, please. But I would love to have their help. And I watch their channel for inspiration to see things that I could do here on my farm. And I also watch a lot of Patricia NQ Cheryl's Organic Food Forest. She's inspired me too. Um, and then hi, Terry in Circles. How are you? Oh my goodness, you're here. Thank you so much for coming. But yeah, I think my gardening friends that I've met in YouTube and my sister encouraging me to keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't give up. And I feel like sometimes YouTube is my hobby because I gotta work. I gotta get up on Monday morning and I gotta go to class. I gotta teach. And, I got people who I know who are alive. And I'm like, I gotta teach. I can't stay and watch. I can't interact. But you guys, Melanie, the moderator, definitely, if you don't have her channel, go grab her up. Green Organic Love. Her calm countenance is just, sometimes I just need that when I'm teaching kindergarten and I hear, oh, that's good, Terry in Circles. When I'm teaching kindergarten and I'm feeling like I'm frazzled and it's only 8 a.m., I could just put Green Organic Love on and she's on mute because I'm teaching, but she's just calm. Also, Backyard Gardener also inspired me to kind of stick with it. Diva Jones 03. You ladies are awesome, helping me and teaching me what to do here and encouraging me to go live. Especially my sister TK Tanae, who has been there with me through thick and thin. And we have had years when it's been thick and thin. And we've gotten along better and we haven't gotten along as much. But I think we both recognize now that, we love each other no matter what now. So I really appreciate you guys. And I appreciate my daughters for popping into the video, Four Horns Kitchen and Lil Bit, because they keep me lively. Yes, because honestly, I felt, oh my goodness. There's so many things that people are trying to do on YouTube, and I'm just feeling like I'm like treading water, trying to stay up my head above water. Like, man, I don't know how you guys do it, but I'm glad you all came and supported and that you're all here still. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and just tell you guys, have a great day. Have a great Sunday. Make the best of it. Oh, you tread too. Listen, sometimes that's all you can do is tread. Pray while you tread, I'm like, maybe, God will be like like in Titanic, send me out a headboard to go get on top of. But for goodness sakes, move over and let the guy on the headboard. All right. So with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for coming to my live. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you all stayed. Thank you so much. God bless you all too. And as I always say at the end of my videos, just go grow something. I mean, even if all you're growing is the celery bottom in a cup, grow something. Do not totally rely on the grocery store for everything. That's not a way to be. Grow something, okay? All right. Y'all take care. Bye now. Y'all don't want to see my hand. There you go. Y'all don't want to see my hand, do you? No, don't look at my hand. All right, bye.